and a second.
Terry. Connor.
Aye.
Norman.
Aye. All right, next is discussion action on the May financial report.
Okay, starting off, we have $639,098.20, $5,200 to the wayfinding signage program, $6,000 to the Alva Chamber of Commerce Northwest Oklahoma Visitor Center Secretary, $31,250 to the Alva Bull Battle, $8,300 to the Reunion 2020, $3,360 to the Budget for Tourism Advertising and Promotions Committee, $7,550 to the 2020 Nesatanga Arts Festival, $26,300 to the Big Prison Clothes Show, $4,500 to the Alva's Crazy Cool Boulevard Cruise, $150,000 to the Alva Arena Authority, $10,000 to the Alva Rotary Club 4th of July Spectacular, $500 for future, $200, $500 for standing, which leaves us with $383,638.20. And I'm going to have Norval sign $4,500 for for mine, for the Chamber of Commerce today.
So I guess under this heading right here, Connor, I guess you're going to give us a report of some sort. Is that correct on the finance committee stuff, or
Yeah.
well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can. Yeah. I just.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah. Well, and if you sent me something I didn't
You
get
can
it.
get it.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I can talk about it.
But yeah, we noticed that our budget that was approved here is not the budget that was approved.
Right. So ultimately, I went back to the finance committee, and we went back and reviewed it, like we talked about, and I mean, we just could not come up with anything else, and so it was recommended to council, and they approved it. I will say that it's not anything that we're asking the other committees to do. I mean, it is. We're asking the other committees to do the same thing, and so I know it sucks, and I'm kind of, I guess, conflicted a little bit being on both committees, but you know, sitting on finance committee and referring those financials and the budget to the council, you know, that's what we came up with. Now, I think the whole thing was contingent on the money that's dedicated, or I guess dedicated to the Alva Arena Authority. And so, you know, talking to those guys and other council members, if that money were ever needed, it came up within this budget year, and we did need to go to council. You know, I don't see any reason we wouldn't be able to access that or make it work. But when it came to budgeting or balancing the budget, I mean, we just had to do it. And I mean, it's been no fun for anybody, and I understand the frustration. But I have to look at myself on this committee as a representative from the council, and so, you know, that's the decision that we had to go with. I didn't answer any questions, but.
Oh, I have one on the line of credit. How's that deal coming along? That was what they were talking about that a month ago.
Right, so we met with the banks again, and they came back with some more stuff that they would need. And then there's a lot of legalities involved with banks, local banks, I think, loaning money to a municipality, and so they're having to go through and make sure all of that is in line, and then we're trying to set in place how that money is going to be used and restrictions on it, so that, you know, it's not just a wide open credit card, you know, and so
Yeah, we don't need that anymore.
Right, and so that's what, I mean, that's the whole goal here, is
Yeah.
taking slow steps to make sure that everything's in place, that, everything's going, and, I think Angelica's done a great job in tackling this head on, and, got a lot of confidence in what she's doing and the reporting and all that, but, yeah.
Well,
And then also on another thing, is, we've talked about it, or she's working on the hotels as far as paying the ones that haven't paid on time, going back and looking at that procedure and how that was, and trying to figure out a new way to get that taken care of. And so that's in the works as well, so that getting paid quicker is,
that will make a difference.
yeah.
Or getting paid at all.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's I just know she's doing about 5 different jobs right now, so it's taking a little bit longer.
She's got her hands full.
But it's,
Well, and I'm nobody I don't think is a bigger supporter of the city than I am, and I'm not poking fingers at anybody. I'm just asking for our future stuff here.
And we didn't ask for anything that we didn't already have, that was still there.
Right.
That's kind of,
We have stuff that's out there that is, we have over $150,000 out there with the arena. But even without the arena, we have almost $150,000. And obviously, some of the requests that we get this year will roll over to next year, like they always,
right.
like these have. That said, we're getting good requests. I don't want in any way to endanger the arena with the. I guess my deal is, are we taking any chances before we have a line of credit? We kind of have to rely on you to say this is a good thing or not a good thing?
I think it's a good thing. I think it's more of prepare for the worst type of thing, where put us in an absolute position that when things do come up. I guess looking towards the future and as a whole, trying to make sure that we can get out of this hole. And so,
But as on this committee, preparing for the worst would be saying, we're not giving out any more money at this time.
right, and I don't think I think everybody's just been asked to be budget conscious, and really, anything extra, or we're going to have to try and cut that back a little bit, and just take it, really day by day. I know we're squeezing everybody, and I'm with you. If there's anybody that wants to have a million things going on in town, it's me, and so it's a tough deal, but I think as we go, we just have to be aware of the budget and where we're at, and if we do see something that's going to be coming up, it's a larger item that we think is going to hurt the city more than help to cut things back, then we need to go to the council and request more money. And I think if there's something that big or that large, we probably all agree on it, and we could go to the council, and I'd be right there to speak for it. So as far as that goes, if I thought that we were going to endanger the arena or anything like that, I wouldn't be for it, because I think that in a case where something did come up like that, I think we could probably go back and figure something out, because I think everybody on the council, is for moving the city forward, but also just trying to be budget conscious. So, think it's okay. But in my opinion,
Okay.
I think if it ever came to it, we'd figure something out, so.
Do you have any more questions? No. I would entertain a motion to approve the May financial report.
Make a motion to approve the May financial report.
Second.
Con,
Aye.
Terry,
Aye.
North.
All right. All right, next is discussion and action on the Northwest Junior Rodeo Association, not to exceed $6,000.
I'll get it one from you this time.
You were nicer to Jody or?
She's pretty nice to me. Hi, my name's Tyson Kolb. I'm here on behalf of Northwest Oklahoma Junior Rodeo Association. NWOJR is an Oklahoma not-profit organization with the purpose to promote and provide standardized rodeo events for the young people of Northwest Oklahoma and surrounding areas. Our contestants range in ages of 6 and under through 19. We have over 130 contestants and a little over 400 entries at our rodeo last 2 weeks ago. So we're growing this year, surprisingly. Our rodeos are a 2-day event with the majority of us staying for 3 days. With all the COVID restrictions this year, we're going to have to move it from the ranger facilities. Woods County Fairgrounds graciously stepped up and are going to let us have it this year. So we want to thank them, and of course you guys, we couldn't do it without the help of you. We are seeking help for our stock charge of $6,000 to help with our budget costs and prizes. We also, with that money, put on Alva's logo on all of our coats at no additional charge, just to show our gratitude and support for Alva.
So is that this Saturday and Sunday?
Yes, ma'am.
So, do people pre-enter this thing?
Yes, entries are due today.
So where was the last one?
Perrington, Texas. We go down there every year. They're gracious like you guys. They give us quite a bit of money to come down there, so we keep chugging on down to Perrington. But
So where will the next one be?
we go here, Woodward, and we're going to move to Enid this year. They've really trying hard to get us to come there, and then back to Woodward, and then our finals will be at Cherokee this year. So if everything goes well at Alva this weekend at the fairgrounds, I know it's a new venue for us there and trying to get everything figured out. And they've been really gracious on helping us and everything. I would like to see if we can maybe come back to Alva for one of our August rodeos, but we'll just have to see how it goes. Everybody loves Alva, and we love being here. And we were planning on having 2 this year, and just the way that the schedule worked out. And then, of course, when we were making our schedule with the COVID stuff, the college told us no, and then the fairgrounds told us no too, so it didn't really leave us any other options. And then they called back and said that they were going to open up to us, so it was some relief to us. So.
How many entries do you anticipate having today? I mean, for this weekend?
We should be right there around 400 entries. Yeah. It's we'll start at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, and we roll hard through it, and I think we were done like at 7 or so, like that, something like that on Saturday evening.
And then you say there's a Sunday?
Yes, sir. Then there's a Sunday performance.
What time does it start?
We start at 8 on Sundays now, and try to help get everybody out of there a little bit earlier and beat the heat a little bit. And then we do 2 rounds of team roping on Saturday, so that gets us out of there about an hour and a half earlier also.
So at the fairgrounds, We'd be outside or inside?
We're gonna do it outside, yeah. The buildings are still shut down and stuff, I guess, to my knowledge, from talking to Brock this morning, so they're letting us use the outdoor arena and everything will be outside, so.
It's pouring down rain. I guess that's as much.
As long as it's not lightning, we're gonna chug along.
Okay.
Yep. That's one thing about us, we keep going unless we're lightning, we'll
Right.
shut down.
Like
So,
football.
yeah. I hope we get rain, I hope it's muddy.
Right, for sure.
So what events do you have?
Well, each age group kind of has its own events. Our 6 and under, they can do, they do barrels and poles, dummy roping, and then they do a goat tail undecorating, where they ride down and just take a ribbon off the goat's tail. Then our 7 to 10s, they do a calf breakaway, barrels, poles, and goat tying. And then our 11 to 14 girls, they basically do those same things. And then our 11 to 14 boys, they rope calves, tie down calves, breakaway calves, steer stop, team rope, and shoot dogging, which is just basically the steer wrestling on the ground. And then our senior boys do basically the same thing, and they also have steer wrestling on horses. So quite a diverse things for them to do.
I move we approve $6,000 for the rodeo, junior rodeo.
Second.
We have a motion and a second?
Carrie,
Aye.
Connor,
Aye.
Norval.
Aye.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Next is discussion and action on the Nescatonga Golf Tournament. Receive $2,500.
I'm Brandon Long. Been doing the Nescatonga Golf Tournament for 50 plus years, I believe, somewhere in that neighborhood. Been a long time. So, some things we're doing different this year because of the COVID. We usually ask you guys to help with our meal and extra labor, but we are cutting out the meal this year because our facility is, everybody's going to be right on top of each other. So we're going to cut out the meal because of the COVID restrictions this year. So what we're asking you guys for is the $2,500 to help pay extra labor expenses. This year we're trying to make it basically a 3-day event. We're bringing in, we won't have all the teams here on Friday, but we're trying to bring teams in on Friday as well, because we're doing a closest to the pin challenge on Friday evening. Friday's a practice round day, so a lot of people come up, so we thought, those people are here, let's see if we can't do something, get them in town and get them out to the golf course and stuff like that. So it'll be the first year we've done something like that, so hopefully it'll be successful, but with everything new that you do, it's always trial and error. So we're looking at, our tournament will be full of 44 teams. I think over the last couple of years we've had 40, 41 teams involved in it, so you're looking at 100, 160 players on average, plus families, kids. Our swimming pool's open, so we'll have people out enjoying the pool. So that always helps to bring the whole family in, because they can bring the wife and kids and come out and enjoy the swimming pool and stuff like that. So that's kind of where we're at. It'll be the second weekend in July, and we always wait till the middle of summer when it's really good and hot to play golf. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. So.
Well, I do think it's important that we have a golf tournament in Alva. I think a lot of people come to Alva to play golf. I know from salesmen that come to me, to people that work for me from out of town, drive over here to play golf and stuff like that. I think a golf club, some people have problems with giving money to it, but I do think that it does a lot of good for tourism myself.
Oh, I think it brings a lot of people as well.
With everything going on, and you said you got full teams.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah,
I mean,
we can handle 44 teams. The ideal number's 40, but we'll take up to 44 teams. 40 teams just help with the 9-hole course, because we have 2 tee times, morning, afternoon, just helps everything run smoother. But, I mean, we've had 44 several times in the years. Just pushes times back just a little bit, but without the meal and stuff this year, which shouldn't be an issue. We can get them in and out earlier, so.
Says on, you're requesting money for extra labor.
Uh-huh.
I don't really know how that works as far as billing wise. Now we have to have some type of,
I think,
real receipt.
yeah, in years past, we provide you with all that, because we have to.
Provided one that said,
I
okay,
didn't
we
know.
have these,
I mean, I know
here's the
I know it's not
people we're
free.
paying
Yes.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
If
It's
I
out-
remember right.
Yeah.
It's
Just wanna make sure
outside
that-
the normal for us as far as how big the tournament is. So
Yes.
we always bring in extra help to help us man a beverage area and stuff like that, so.
But I do recall signing 4 receipts that said we paid this guy this much,
Okay.
this guy this much.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good.
One guy usually will break it down. He'll break it down however you want. I think that's how he was.
Right. That's the way we want it.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah. So.
Motion to approve the Nescatona Golf Tournament, in an amount not to exceed $2,500.
Second.
A motion and a second.
Carrie,
Aye.
Connor,
Aye.
Norval.
All right,
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thanks.
We appreciate it.
Give you this back. Thanks.
Have a good tournament.
I hope.
I think it's a great thing for the town.
I appreciate that. Hope it's 105 degrees and the wind's going 40 mile an hour like it does every year. I hope it's raining. Yeah.
Yeah, it's raining.
I hope for that rain this weekend.
The next item is discussion action of change in application deadline to the first Wednesday of the month. Right now, the thing says, and we haven't been enforcing it, but it says 2 weeks ahead of time. Nobody really pays attention, but it makes it really tough on Jody to get everything lined up, get stuff scheduled, and I think we need to draw a hard line in the sand if you, I mean, I know you came in a little late and you had some issues and this is a different year, but normally, if you don't know 3 weeks in advance you're needing to make her a request, actually, because she needs theoretically to have it to Angelica on the Wednesday before our meeting, so she needs it on the second Wednesday to have it to Angelica, so it only gives her a week to get it together if we make it a hard line in the sand that you gotta have it first Wednesday or you
Because
don't,
we meet on the
or
Wednesdays,
you
so
are
that's
off
2 weeks.
another month.
Try not to be a complainer, so.
No, you have not, I was just, I knew some of the issues that
Like I
it
had one,
caused.
like Monday, they finally decided not to apply, so that was kind of,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was people that were still up in the air about applying and, we don't know if we're gonna have a meeting, if they were the only ones that were going to be here.
right.
It also is inconveniences everybody on this committee, because we don't know till the last minute if there's a meeting or not a meeting, so I said,
And I would like to have the books out a whole week before, but
right, instead,
That's what it should
recently,
be.
we've just
Yeah.
barely been getting them before the meeting, so this would just give her a lot of time and give us some clarity on what's going on. And also, if somebody has an application that, needs some help, then gives them some time too. So anyway, that's why I brought that up, to see
Okay.
what you guys thought, and
Yeah.
if we wanted to change that.
Sounds good to me.
So should I make a motion?
That would be
That
great.
we change the application deadline to a hard first Wednesday of the month.
Second.
Terry,
Aye.
Connor,
Aye.
Marvel.
Hi. Anybody have any other remarks or anything? Then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Connor,
Aye.
Terry,
Aye.
Marvel.
Aye.